Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koobalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, episode 299. Super Mario Bros. Wonder launches this week. I know Delvin and Donnie have been playing it. How are you two today?
Doing well. You know, when we scheduled episode 300 like 7 years ago, we were off by a week. Damn it. We just couldn't have lined that up just 1 week earlier.
Yeah.
You should have done two podcasts in 1 week to make it line up. That's okay. That's okay. Episode 300 will still be special. I am dying to know what you two think about the new game. I have not picked it up. You know how I feel about 2D Mario. However, I've been watching gameplay of it, and I have to admit, I am feeling a little bit of FOMO.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Little tiny bit. It looks good. I like the acid trip parts look very fun. Tell me about your experiences
as
so
the
far.
great Mario once said, here we go.
Here we go. Wowie zowie.
I freaking love this game. This game is amazing. It is like Mario took an acid trip and went to the Mushroom Kingdom, and I love how much fun it is, how colorful it is, how unexpected things happen in the world, like the background talking to you like, hey, you're doing a great job. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. It's so many things. I get so happy playing this game. It's insane. Like, I giggle at the little dumb things that happen. It's so many weird, unique things happening in this game. I am having so much fun with it. This is an incredible week for gaming. Like, getting this and Spider-Man 2 in the same day is nuts. And both of them being amazing is crazy. I'm excited. I'm happy. Donnie, you talk, because I'm super happy. I love this game.
I love your energy.
I love this game.
Wait. Before Donnie goes, Delvin, who are you playing as in Mario Wonder? What character?
I'm playing as Mario, but I'm probably going to end up playing with my kids because my daughter loves Nabbit. So I'll probably let her play as Nabbit. And my son will probably play as Luigi or something like that. And I'll probably play as Princess or somebody else. Game is awesome. Okay. I love it.
Awesome.
I'm here to echo those sentiments. It's incredible. Like it's incredible. So many of the things, again, that Delvin just said, I just would 100% back up, especially those talking flowers, the talking plants. I remember when that was shown, everybody was like, oh my God, can we turn it off? I want to disable it. That'd be the worst possible decision to make in this game ever. They add so much world building and character to the game that otherwise has no dialogue. And they're so funny. They do offer like words of encouragement, but other times they'll literally just be like, that's weird, isn't it? You're like, yeah, it is weird. Like what just happened? And sometimes they give you like, I wouldn't say tips, but guidance. You're like, how do you get over there? You know, like, and stuff like that. And just in it, it's amazing how I've played this game for decades, you know, for so many installments. And I've never thought that like something like that would be additive. And it like now I honestly, something so simple like that, I honestly don't know how we play a game without it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having a companion character without them constantly following you. They're just kind of throughout the levels. And like you said, they give you little hints like, oh, that thing over there looks kind of weird. Or like, come back here later.
It's charming.
Very.
You know, that it's telling you there's something to look for, but it's not telling you exactly what it is.
Yeah, and it's not even like that on the nose. It's not even like in a tip like that. Like, I don't think anybody has told me like, you know, about an item or a secret like it's not that on the nose, which is actually maybe some restraint by Nintendo. Yeah. Because I imagine at some point they probably wanted to do that, but they don't. Like you could turn it off and like not miss anything. Because it's non-essential. But when you're playing it, it's honestly like you're running by things. I've went out of my way to get near the flower to hear what it says. Like they've been on a platform above me and I'm like, I got to go see what the flower's got to say. Like that's how integral like it feels. Like when I see them, I take notice of them, but it's not even like, it's like subconscious. Like I've played, I don't know, 6 hours, maybe 8 hours. I'm through World 4. I wanted to play more yesterday, but the big football game, and then I got doing Halloween, and then I made dinner, and I just didn't get as much time in as I did yesterday. If I had played yesterday as long as I wanted to play, I think I might have finished it. Because I was just on a tear Friday night. Like I had to wait all day for the game to get to me. I didn't get the game until like 6 p.m. In the mail, and then when I started playing, I think I played until 1 a.m. Like, like I stopped for dinner and stuff, but like I just kept playing it. It's marvelous. Like it's striking, obviously in presentation. That'll be I think the main thing that I think excites most people. We've been hearing forever people whine about New Super Mario Bros. And the visual style is different. The worlds have so much movement to them. They're so the world feels so alive, I think, for a lot of like different reasons. In just the foreground and the backgrounds, we've always had like Mario foreground, Mario background. Some games have let you go into the background. That's not necessarily new. This one, it feels like it has multiple layers.
Yes.
Almost like a set of a play. There's the foreground, there's background A, background B, background C, background D, and then every one of the different backgrounds usually have an animation to them. They're shimmering, or they're waves, or they slightly move, or they have little visual, things. So the world feels like a breeze is moving through it, like it's moving, like it feels alive. It feels like a world.
There's a lot going on the screen at any given time.
Yeah, it's not stale by any means. And even on the ground that you're running on, like the grass is moving, and all the enemies have new animations, or they're brand new enemies altogether. All of the characters have brand new animations, and they're really small. Like there's the smallest of details. Like Mario runs into a pipe and he forgets his hat. Or he jumps into a pipe and his little feet dangle at the bottom as he goes up. Or like when he has a turtle shell, like he kicks it now, and like his jump animation is just a little bit different. And they've got this one jump that I don't even know what to properly call it, but like when you run and jump, it's almost like a frog splash, like a cannonball. Like he balls up and then like real big, and like all of those different things with the new art style, and it is very vibrant and stuff. I mean, it's the same formula. It's still 2D Mario, but it really feels different.
Yeah. There's a ton of new enemies too. Like I noticed when I was watching gameplay of it. It's like there are more new enemies in like the first world than there are in the entirety of Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. There's a lot of variety. It was one of my favorite things about New Super Mario Bros. U that I just don't think gets a lot of credit anymore. I'm wondering how many people ever played it, but New Super Mario Bros. U had like this challenge mode that was almost like pre-Mario Maker, where they would challenge you to like beat a boss without touching the ground, or like run to the end, or beat the timer. And these very like Mario Maker like type of challenges that we would come to know. And I always liked them. They still have those levels here in Mario Wonder. They're just like a part of the world. It's not often a separate mode that you have to go see and it's optional content. It's a part of the world. Like they are levels as you go through. There's a lot of Mario Maker DNA here. That is like maybe my biggest takeaway from this is it's like, this is what it looks like when developers, I think, study and view and watch and probably play Mario Maker for a decade and then go make their own Mario game. Mm-hmm. Like we have these music parade levels, which were like everywhere in Mario Maker. Everybody was constantly making levels that you just auto run to a song to. Yes. There are those levels here, and they're very rewarding, especially if you like Rayman Legends and that sort of thing. Like they're very rewarding in that way.
I got some Rayman Legends vibe from a lot of this gameplay, and that's one of the reasons why. Them. Yes, yeah. I was like, this is like so what's the word? It's like it has rhythm to it. Mm-hmm. It feels seamless as you're jumping.
And it's a spectacle. Like that's the thing that Rayman Legends, it had music and music that you knew, but it was a spectacle that was going on around it, in sync, in tune with the song and the platform and the gameplay. So this has those. It's got challenges. It's got badge challenges. It's got levels that the game overall I think is pretty easy, but it has challenge levels. You know, like these devil levels that you come across they're really hard. Like they're not like Mario Maker hard. They're not like impossible hard that you like get stressed out watching on YouTube. I've cleared them all, but I've died multiple times in trying to clear them and figuring out how to get to the end. So I think the level of challenge in the challenge levels is just about right.
That's the way it should be, because Super Mario World was the same way.
Yeah.
100%. And ultimately, like I said, I mean, I haven't finished it yet. I think I've probably played maybe half of it. It's got everything that you could hope for. It's got secret exits, hidden characters, hidden things to find. Oh, there's no timer. So in Mario Wonder, it really feels like it's really pushing you to explore the level, to find those things, to not necessarily worry about getting to the end.
Yes.
You're not being punished for it. So you can walk around, try things. You can try all the pipes. You can try, jumping through all the side screens and on top of the screen. Anytime you see a gap, I've literally died because I've come across a gap and I'm like, is that like a path to another world? And just die. I'm like, oh, no, that went in. The badges add.
Well, let me add something to that real quick. The game, not only the game does that, the game will reward you for doing that. It rewards you for exploring the world, because then you find these little secret areas and these things. And the secret areas are just as fun as the main game. In some cases, more fun. It's just so much stuff there that if you look for and take your time to look for and find, it adds so much to the game. And a lot of games have secrets and stuff, but it doesn't encourage you to look for it. This one, like, hey, go explore our world. Go see all the cool stuff. You want to go. This is going to sound a little crazy, but you want to go seek out the little acorns and the nuts and things like that, so you can find the more things, so you can get the more optional things.
Got to get that seed, Delvin.
Yeah.
That royal seed.
It's so great. It's fantastic. I feel playing this game makes me feel like a big-ass kid again. It's like
yes.
It's so much.
Well, I mean, I was going to say that ultimately my greatest takeaway is I was smiling from ear to ear, honestly, from the moment I launched the game. There was no like World 1-1 boring intro get through. Like literally from the moment I started playing until I put it down, I was just giggling in how much like it's fun. The fun factor in Mario Wonder is through the roof. It is by far the most fun I've had in a game all year. And I'm resisting the urge to say like big proclamation things about this game because it's its first day. I'll reserve that for a later podcast in the year, but literally the best first impression I've had with a video game all year by miles.
I agree.
That's
not
cool.
Close.
The singing piranha plants, I see something.
Yeah,
I
love it.
Mentioned it in chat. Oh my god, it's so cute and charming.
There's a bunch of those music parade levels.
And they're great.
I'm not sure how many, but I've already come across, I think, like 4 or 5. I think every world at least has 1 or 2. Like there's a bunch of those. You keep finding. It's like a reward, to keep going. I love the overworld. There's just so many things that I have to say that I like. It's not all great. I mean, I've got my own like the bosses. The bosses are kind of a joke. Like they're not great. They're not even particularly good, actually. Like I would honestly go, at least the ones I've played so far, maybe they get a lot better. The bosses are pretty bad. But here's the thing, it honestly doesn't matter because the game is so much fun. It's like really not about the bosses.
Yes, it's about the experience.
And we didn't even talk. I mean, we talked, but we're burying the lead here. The Wonder Flower. They make every level feel like 4 different levels.
Yes.
Like every level feels like its own little world because you find this Wonder Flower and the whole damn thing goes in a, like, I don't know, it just flips upside down. My favorite ones so far are the ones that play with the perspective. I did not know that coming into this game. I didn't know that they would do something like that. We've seen, I think, similar gimmicks in Mario levels of the past, but like this one in particular, I hit the Wonder Flower and essentially I was walking on the background in like 2.5D. Like I kind of like, instead of being like this, I suddenly became like that. And then just started walking like horizontally and like it was wild. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is great. Give me more of this. I've had levels that have had like water, like we always talk about like the swimming level. I hit a Wonder Flower and suddenly like the middle of the level had water, but the tops and the bottoms didn't. So I could get to the bottom and like run, but then I had to jump and swim to get to the top to climb. And Yeah, they're playing. The game is so creative, and just variety is the spice of life. There's nothing that's quite the same as any other any other level. They're all very distinctive. It just feels like a shotgun blast of ideas just thrown at a Mario game, and like it might. And I was thinking like it might bother people that everything is so different. Like there's no like theme to any of it. It's just kind of crazy. It's kind of chaos.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad because I feel like you often are like, well, another desert level, another water level.
Yeah, there's not that with this.
Not at all.
You have no idea what the next level could be.
Yeah.
And they may even lull you into it, and then you get a Wonder Flower, and all of a sudden you're riding a damn buffalo train into the skies. Or I had one where it was like a barrage of stars. Like power-ups, like star power, just raining from the sky. So you just kept getting them over and they were just falling all around you. Like a meteor shower of star power-ups, set to the music, and the lights. It's like a rave. I mean, it is definitely an acid trip.
Yeah, and I think this is, for those who always say, the 2D Mario games, while they're great, they're always the same. This feels so different and so unique. This is how you reboot a formula. I love it. But I'll put it to you this way. When the year started off, you'd have asked what my game of the year would be. It would 100% within Spider-Man. Now I'm like, there's at least 3 that I could be like, this is my game of the year. And that says a lot. And 2 of those games are Nintendo games. So the fact that...
This is a good year for games.
An incredible year for games. And Mario Wonder is a great, great addition to this year. I am super excited to get back to
Wonder
it.
Wonder makes me wonder if it's not that I don't like 2D Mario games. Maybe I just don't like the new Super series, with the new, maybe it was just that I didn't like. Maybe I should try Wonder. I don't know.
I want to hop on that bandwagon just a little bit. And this may be the last time I stand on my soapbox about this one. I didn't read a lot of the reviews. I read Eurogamers, but I do, my YouTube algorithm suggests things to me. And being like the Nintendo fan that I am, I usually get a lot of Nintendo stuff being surfaced to me. And I watched more than a couple creators just talk about Mario Wonder, when it came out. I'll play YouTube videos in the background or if I'm bored or waiting for something. And almost every one of them seemingly trashed New Super Mario Bros. U, which I came to expect. And one of them, when I say the word trash, one of them, I actually mean it literally. They literally called the game trash. And I just wanted to say that, like, Mario Wonder is better. I'm not here to argue that it's not. But like Mario Wonder's greatness doesn't have to be defined by like destroying Mario Bros. U.
I agree.
Like you don't have to tear it down to prove how great Mario Wonder is. It is a better game. But like, and I've talked about this multiple times over the years, so I think our listeners know how I feel about this. But when Mario Bros. U came out, like a lot of people loved it. And somewhere along the way, it feels like it became a trendy thing to hate on. And I've always kind of associated it to the Wii U. Like I think people felt that way, like for the Wii U it became, but I genuinely loved Mario Bros. U. I never said it was the best 2D Mario game of all time or anything like that, but I really liked it. I thought the challenge menus were really good. I think it's a lot of great level design. The overworld was back. It had secret paths and secret characters. It had really good music. It had incredible boss fights. Its boss fights are way better than Mario Wonder's boss fights. And it felt like Mario Bros. U felt like the closest thing that I had played to Super Mario World at the time. But Mario Wonder literally blows it out of the water. I mean, they're not comparable. Yes. But I'm not gonna, and not saying that you were, Rebecca, but I'm not gonna I didn't like that trend that I kept seeing. It was multiple times too. Like it kept being referenced. They were like, this bland, boring, trash graphics game Mario Bros. U. And it's like, one, it was a launch title. It's not like it came at the end of a generation, right? It was a launch title. It was the first Mario in HD ever. Yeah. I had a lot of good things going for it. I generally just don't necessarily like how it's remembered. I think it's too often dismissed because Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. DS, New Super Mario Bros. 2, right? Like it kind of gets
they don't have distinct personalities.
Yeah. But that one was in my opinion, that was the best of the bunch by quite a large margin. But I just wanted to say that.
I agree.
I like to put that out into the universe, because if you're out there reading all the reviews, seeing all the outlets, I'm sure you've probably heard a lot of that too. If you've never played Super Mario Bros. U, I'd highly recommend that you do so. It had the Luigi's expansion. Like there was a lot of things that thing did really well.
Okay, I don't care. Yarden said that you can get Wonder for $35 from the QVC deal. What is that? What QVC?
QVC has a holiday promotion where if you're a new customer, you get a certain customer. If you sign up for a new account, you can get a certain coupon that I think gives you $20 off. So I think it's $39.99, but maybe it's changed. Yarden.
Yeah.
Thanks, XBS. I like to see some love there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I will look up this deal.
I don't.
Yeah, Wario's at it.
I don't usually go on QVC.
He's been talking about it all week.
I'm not 90 years old.
Wait, I went on their website and they have it as a bundle. I don't want to get a bundle.
Well, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
No. Yarden will talk.
But yeah, Mario Wonder, just
Fantastic.
incredible. Like literally, just incredible. Like I had high expectations. I was very excited for a new art style and things like that, and it has blown my way past my expectations. I was like, oh, this is way better. Actually, my daughter played Mario Bros. U with me when she was little. And it's one of her memories that she'll often refer to when we're talking about gaming. She came downstairs to let the dogs in after her band played at the football game. And on her way back in, she stopped in her tracks and she was like, what is this? Because I don't really talk to her about games anymore. And I was like, this is the new Super Mario game. She's like, this is new? I was like, it just came out today. And she was like, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Like just visually, she's just watching what happens on the screen. She's like, this looks really, I think she wants to play it. And she hasn't played a video game since Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah. I love it.
It's out of stock.
Sorry, Rebecca.
Well, it's fine.
Just buy it.
Just buy it, yeah.
Just buy the game.
Just buy it.
It's worth it.
Bro,
it's worth every penny of it.
I have this huge stack of physical games that I am trying to sell. This huge stack right here. I am trying to have fewer games.
That's the question. That's the question.
Yes, I'm trying to sell all of my games.
Sell me them. I'll buy some.
Yeah, okay. You probably already own all of them.
My son probably will buy some, depending on what games they are.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll buy some.
I'll send you a picture.
We were at pawn shops.
I'm trying to not buy physical games, but also I'm trying to
If me buying a physical game helps you get Wonder, I'm happy to contribute.
Yes.
I'm also trying to not buy games digitally that I'm going to get bored of in 2 minutes and can't sell.
Sure. I mean, that's the eternal, do I go physical, do I go digital? I'm still pretty physical on Switch, but I mean, over the years, I've traded some in to get new ones. So especially if you've got a lot of backlog stuff.
I have I have a ton of physical games on Switch. That's the main one I buy physical games on. I have like 40. It's insane.
Yep. And I'm the opposite. I buy everything on Steam and Xbox digitally. And then on Switch, I'm like, nope, I need that cartridge. It doesn't count if I don't have the cartridge.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like Metal Gear, I'm like, oh, I guess got to get that on Switch.
100%. Yeah, I'm getting that cartridge next week. And they're like, it's terrible. I'm like, don't care. Got to get the cartridge.
Not even a little bit.
I'll get Red Dead at some point physically.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Man. If you're not playing it now, you should be playing Mario Wonder. Rebecca, get Mario Wonder. I don't do this, but get Mario Wonder, please.
It's so good.
It's really good.
I think this will be a lot of people's favorite Mario game.
I agree.
Like it's that good. Like that, and that's saying a lot. It's saying a lot just in how great Mario games have been for decades. It's saying a lot considering how great 3D Mario has been and how many people prefer 3D Mario over 2D Mario. And I still feel like Mario Wonder will be a lot of people's favorite Mario game.
I love Odyssey a lot. I might like this more than I like Odyssey. And that says a lot. This game is amazing.
Yeah. That smile factor, it's just got it. It's so much fun to play. You nailed it. It does make you feel like a big damn kid.
Anytime you turn on a game and you're just smiling like a goof at the screen and laughing and having fun, I don't think I've experienced that in so long. Like it's great.
Yeah. That's the perfect way to really surmise it. I feel exactly the same way. Just by myself, having all kinds of fun just by myself.
Just sitting there like an idiot, smiling and laughing. People are like, why are you smiling? Look at the screen.
Yeah, makes you happy.
Makes you happy.
It's therapeutic.
It's amazing.
Don't go to
Nobody
therapy.
wants Sunshine 2.
Play Mario Wonder.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. Nobody wants Sunshine 2. Nobody wants Sunshine.
I liked Sunshine.
Did you?
It was very difficult, and
That's one that I want to question. Did you?
it was but it was
Did
very
you like the
stressful.
idea of Sunshine?
No, it was very difficult and stressful on a time limit, which is what I had.
When Sunshine came out, I was dating this girl, and she had a GameCube, and the only game she had at her house was Mario Sunshine and Mario Kart. So I got to play a lot of Mario Sunshine, and it was an experience, to say the least.
I mean, I liked it. I don't love it like a lot of people
The
do.
levels where they take away Flood, and it has that music, that like music, haunts me.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say, hey, you want to buy you some more games? It's like, we can get you more games.
You want to go down to the GameStop? Why don't you go? Let's go to the GameStop. We'll get lunch.
They have other games. You don't have to play this one all the time, you know.
Kyle gets it.
Anything else on Mario Wonder before we jump into the news?
Nothing for me.
Get it?
Buy it immediately.
Yeah, buy it. That's a must-have. This is essential reading
Yes.
for Nintendo Switch fans everywhere. Gotta have it.
Good. I will keep you updated on if I'm able to get it from QVC. Keeps apparently going in and out of stock. I cannot see it in stock.
Because QVC's for like 80-year-old people.
That's true. It's grandma's
What
buying their
80-year-olds are
grandkids.
buying Mario Wonder?
The ones that are watching that, for gifts and Christmas. Lots of them, actually.
Yeah.
Have you seen old people watch QVC?
No.
You never seen
They watch it on TV.
Yes, it was a
like
TV
that's
channel.
a thing.
I went to the QVC studio
Yeah,
on
there you go.
a field trip in high school.
Did they try to give you a blender? Like, we have this blender.
Probably. I don't know why that was a field trip. Oh, it was for like a business marketing class I was in.
Yeah. They sit there all day and just sell stuff, and people just sit back and watch it. Call us now, and you get this great deal.
Did you know that there are such thing as hand models?
Oh, yeah.
For like close-ups for like things like that.
George Costanza was
like
one.
imagine being a hand model. Like you have good hands, you gotta have like good nails. Like you can't get any scratches on your hands.
Yeah, you got to get those satin hands and get your hands taken care of.
Like that's crazy. I've like broken like 3 of my fingers. Like they're all crooked and stuff. I would not be a good hand model.
You know George Costanza.
Yeah.
Did he have good hands?
He was a hand model on Seinfeld. That was an episode.
I did not watch that show. I don't like that show. I have
Rebecca.
traumatic experience from that show. We were going to Canada for my French class, and we had to sleep on the bus because it was like a long drive, obviously. And the assistant principal, who was on the trip because his son was in the program and on the trip, was blasting Seinfeld. And here I am trying to sleep on a Greyhound bus, and they are that guitar riff from Seinfeld, like in between
bass?
scenes. Yes. Oh my God. Try to sleep with that blasting on like.
He's trying to share you with you the greatness and joy that is Seinfeld.
Could have been worse.
No,
You
that
should
ruined it for me.
open your mind and be enlightened.
Could have been worse.
To the great comedy of all time.
Could have been Friends.
But I wanted to
That
sleep.
sounds awful. That sounds like torture.
Friends is so much better.
Don't, Rebecca. Oh my!
Are you kidding me?
Rebecca,
Just Rebecca, ladies and gentlemen, we are upset to inform you that the Nintendo Shack has lost Rebecca. Like, she's no longer a member of the show for her own personal decisions that we can't stand by. Right?
Yeah.
They are her own. Like, the opinions she shares are not necessarily reflective of the PSVG podcast network and the other Nintendo Shack members. Rebecca, how dare you?
Wait.
Friends?
I didn't
terrible.
really, the only time
It's
I ever
awful.
watched Friends was when I was in Denmark. That was the only time I ever watched Friends. Full House is my favorite show.
Full House,
I mean,
okay.
I can rock with Full House, yeah, but Friends, like if anybody that liked Friends when they were little, go back and watch it. As an
Yes, it's
adult,
terrible.
go watch it. It's so bad. Whereas Seinfeld is like evergreen. It's you watch it whenever it still holds up. It's hilarious, and honestly, it's like it's more relevant when they.
As long as they remove the guitar riffs.
Well, that's not happening. You're gonna get those.
They did that with the guitar. Like, what the
I will
fuck
watch
is
that one episode. Okay,
just gonna
Mario
leave this
Wonder
up.
reviews. It's doing very well on Metacritic. 92, 93 aggregate score, lots of praise. There are icons out on Nintendo Switch Online. You can also get a My Nintendo keychain with your platinum, gold points, whatever they are. The performance details, it is 1080 docked, 720 in portable, 60 frames per second, which is super important.
Yeah, it's great. Rock solid.
Good stuff. We like it. Nate the Hate returns with more Switch 2 talk. Things are really, I think, kind of ramping up with this. It's like starting to feel real. Nintendo's talking a little bit about it. We'll come back to that. But Nate the Hate talks about how actually, Donnie, let me hand this over to you because
Sure.
you're better with the jargon.
Yeah, so it came out. I had an article about it, but I'm actually glad that when I saw the article, I bookmarked the YouTube video and I went back and listened to really like MVG's take, because the article that I was given was actually a little bit wrong. But essentially, Nate the Hate says that he can confirm that Switch 2 will have ray tracing reconstruction, which is...
What does that mean?
It'll just have really good ray tracing.
What does reconstruction mean?
It's going to have like some sort of performance ray. It's their newest DLSS thing that NVIDIA is doing, where it makes ray tracing like more efficient and better. So like with the new Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty patch, that's been all the talk about, is this ray tracing reconstruction. It'll have really great ray tracing. That's ultimately what people need to take away. It'll have really great ray tracing, which again, I'll just kind of laugh and chuckle off. I can't imagine Nintendo showing us a new Switch and talking about ray tracing. Like, these things don't.
I can.
Yeah, they don't seem to match up. Like the Miyamoto's gonna be like, let me tell you about ray tracing. Like we've traced
I
the
could
rays
see them
in Mario.
talking about that explicitly. I don't think they would talk about DLSS explicitly, but I think they'll talk about ray tracing explicitly.
He says it will support DLSS 3, which is the newest version of DLSS, one that does ray tracing reconstruction, but not everything. In particular, he omitted it won't have like frame insertion, which is like the weird thing that the newest 4090 cards are doing, where it can like insert frames that are missing to make games run at higher frame rates. It won't be doing that. They discussed the claim. This is the thing that I'm glad I listened to. The article that I reported, I think it was My Nintendo News or Nintendo Life, one or the other. They said that he said that it will have a digital and a physical model. That's not what he said at all. In listening to the podcast, they discussed the idea, the report, that there might be a digital only SKU or a physical SKU, and he said that he thinks that's possible. Delvin and I discussed that in your absence, right? Yes. There was a rumor that came out that said that the next Nintendo Switch would have a digital SKU, a digital only SKU, and a physical SKU. And I was a little shocked by that. I would imagine that they would have a model with like a lower storage and a higher storage, but I can't imagine Nintendo wants to go the path of having a locked digital only console quite yet, just because they still have a heavy hand in physical. They're not like physical based, but they still have a heavy hand in physical, but maybe they're ready to take that step. I think that's a big step. You know, Xbox did it, PlayStation did it, but I think it's a big step for Nintendo. Like it's a clear sign of like the future if Nintendo's adopting a digital only SKU.
Could be interesting. Like I said, it could be something like the Switch Lite, just like, hey, we have this as well. And apparently, based off of sales, the Xbox, Series S is doing very well, and it's digital only SKU. Yeah. So maybe that's the thing they want to look at.
Okay, but I feel like that's different because Xbox, if you have an Xbox, you have Game Pass, and that's
100%.
digital only.
I agree.
There's a way bigger reason for people to buy digital only. I think a better comparison would be how the different PlayStations do.
I think it's fair.
That's fair.
With Nintendo, they have such a physical retail presence, and I feel like Nintendo probably relies more on like gift giving and younger, adults and teenagers and children that are playing these games. Like you want to have an avenue for somebody to buy them a game, right? And maybe they'll just all buy the physical model. I think it's a big step forward in a way that it's not for PlayStation and Xbox for Nintendo to adopt a digital only SKU. I'll be surprised if this actually comes.
Yeah, and frankly speaking, I'm quite sure there's a lot of older people out there who will see that if the digital SKU's a lot cheaper, they'll see it. Oh, I'll just get this one. because it's cheaper than the one that they got. They'll grandparents, uncles, and aunts see a cheaper version. Like, I'll just get this model for them. It's the same thing, not knowing like, it's different.
Yeah.
And they'll just grab it. So it's an opportunity there to make some money.
You know, it would also, if the Switch is backwards compatible, a digital only SKU would negate some of that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, like it just, I don't know, it just feels, we talked about this already, so I feel like I'm regurgitating what I've already said, but I don't know, it just feels a little slightly like messier than I would expect Nintendo to want to, like I would figure that would come later. I think we talked about that. Like I would figure that would come later on, not at launch. But maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe I'll just be wrong on this one. And this is a tangent. This isn't associated with the Nate to Hate podcast, but this has been going around on the internet all week. And you look like you've got something to say, Rebecca? Go.
This has nothing to do with a new Switch. I will explain why this happened.
Okay. Well, a lot of people have noticed that Nintendo has removed the Switch reveal from its YouTube channel. You can no longer watch the original Switch reveal.
The licensing to the song did not get renewed.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's easy enough. So a lot of people are like, reveal is imminent.
Sad because it's iconic.
Rebecca's like, no reveal is imminent at all. It's just about the damn music guy.
The money.
I like that. Thanks, Rebecca.
Good job.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. You want to jump back in, or you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I'll jump back in. It's called Screaming Deals.
Yeah.
They're having an eShop sale called Screaming Deals for Halloween. Lots of games are 30 to 50% off, including most, if not all, Bethesda and Capcom games and a lot of indies. Games like Alan Wake, Doom, Alien Isolation, Death's Door, good game. Dark Pictures,
Already?
Fatal Frame, Cult of the Lamb, good game.
Oh, yeah.
Quake, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. Guys, buy Death's Door and Cult of the Lamb. Just do
Yeah,
it.
100%.
those are the ones you get.
You know, I played when I wasn't playing Mario Wonder this week. I played the Alan Wake chapter in Fortnite on Switch.
How is it?
It's a wild experience. It's like some fan. It's like a Made in Dreams thing. It's like some fan took Fortnite Builder and made like an Alan Wake. It's like just a house and you jump across some rocks and stuff. But like it does have cutscenes that kind of recap the story for you. It's short. It's 20 minutes.
Okay.
You know, so it was just like, it was something I wanted to try. It's such a neat concept. Have you seen this, Rebecca?
No.
So Epic and Remedy, like, to get people ready for Alan Wake 2, which is not even coming to Switch, by the way, they've built a chapter that you can play a solo experience in Fortnite. So you boot up Fortnite and you play the Alan Wake chapter that basically is like a recap of the first game to get people caught up on the story before the second game.
Which isn't even coming to Switch.
Right, which is not even coming to Switch. You just log into Fortnite and you can play it. And it's Fortnite. You're playing Fortnite. So you run and jump like a Fortnite character, but you're playing the story events of Alan Wake. So you go to the diner, you go to the cabin.
That's weird.
Yeah, you use the flashlight, you get all the chapters. It's
That might be one of the oddest marketing.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I gotta try it. Like I was like, I gotta see what all this is about. It's kind of neat. I'm interested to see if they do. Oh, and you can use all of your Fortnite's like skins, so you can play it as like Batman or Goku.
Goku Wake.
Yeah, it's bizarre to say the least. So I took it for a spin, and at least it was free. If it was paid, I would have been like, "This is terrible," but it's free, not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Check out those games. Analogue, one of my favorite companies who never has enough stock, has announced their new console project, the upcoming Analogue 3D. It's a reimagining of the Nintendo 64. They have a website with some teaser images so far. That's all. Comes with an 8-bit wireless controller. It has 4K resolution support and original display modes. For those who are not familiar, excuse me, with Analogue, rather than playing ROM files like most software emulators, Analogue consoles play original media, so original carts. I have the Analogue Pocket, which plays Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance carts. I have the Super NT, which plays Super Nintendo carts. It's always region free. They have wireless Bluetooth for other controllers, for original style controller ports, so you can put your N64 controllers in this console and have it work. runs Analog OS, region free, coming in 2024, price to be determined. For reference, the Analog Pocket was $300?
I was going to
So,
say
yeah.
300. It's going to be expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be quite expensive. I would say at least
I was gonna say
$400
that same
probably.
thing.
I was thinking even higher, but sure.
Yeah, that's like a low estimate.
Yeah, that may be best case scenario.
Yeah, they're going to be hard to get. They're going to sell out in minutes. So sign up for email, alerts, follow their social media if this is something you want. Be ready to pay a lot. It's really nice hardware though. They do a great job.
I'm excited to see it.
Great job.
And I'm really excited because I don't think I'd buy one because I have the Eon adapter for my 64, so I can already play on my 4K TV, and it looks great. I have no problems with it. I'm not yearning for an upgrade, but I'm really interested in this 8-bit DOE 64 controller.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping that in addition to the analog console, that you can buy it separately, like with an adapter, because I might get one of those.
Sure.
I've got the Brawler pads, which I really enjoy, but I'd love a wireless one.
Do you think it'll be 3-handle?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think the path forward is for them to adopt that Brawler style where it looks like a Pro controller. That's the one I have. And I think there was also the N64 Mini that kind of did the same thing. So I feel like that's like the trend is to go away from it. Now, personally, I wish they would go back to the claw, like just do that. Because I still have my original controllers as well. This is exciting, really exciting news. There was a company that did this, Warrior. Do you guys ever see that?
I don't think I have.
There was a Warriors 64 that like kind of came out a couple years ago. It was terrible. Like it had like a big Kickstarter campaign, and they were talking about how they were going to do it, and they had the controllers, and it came out and it ran the games like worse. Hyperkin announced that they were doing one. They even had like a show. Like there's a YouTube video you can watch at a show. I followed this one for a long time. Before I got my Eon adapter, I was always wanting exactly this. A 4K HDMI base 64. Hyperkin announced one, I think, in like 2018, and years went by before they eventually, ditched the project. So this is exciting. The adapter that I have is not cheap. It's like $150 just for an adapter. I wonder if the Analog will do anything to like upscale or improve the image with any sort of AI or anything like that, because that would be worth paying for.
Yeah.
The other thing that you can get if you have a regular 64 and you know your way around electronics, you can get the Ultra HDMI add-on that you have to solder into the board. But that's like chef's kiss. That's like the best way to play N64 stuff right now. If Analog is on par with that, then I want one. Like if I can upgrade my experience that much, I want one. But if not, then I'll stick with what I have.
It'll be the best of what's out there for sure.
Yeah,
Analog's really good.
Then I might want one because I'm not a collector, but I've got 30 N64 carts that we still use. My N64 is still plugged up. It's console I love a lot.
I think it's cool that we got companies like
it would be a good
Analogue still doing stuff like this, and other companies doing it. I've always said that if we're getting these new 64 consoles, these new Game Boy consoles, stuff like that, just have some companies should just make new games for them to get people to play them and buy them, because it's clearly a market for it. If you're getting these modern consoles, maybe you just port some of your games to these modern consoles and just do your thing with it. Because I would buy it.
It's production, having to build the carts and ship them and make them and all that. At least on the N64 side, I imagine is an added expense.
Yeah. Going back to what we were talking about earlier with the next gen console, Doug Bowser, president of Nintendo of America, speaks to Inverse about a range of topics, including the next console. When asked about transitioning the current Switch base to the next console, Bowser talked about, let me just read it, what you wrote here. One thing we've done with the Switch is to help with the communication and transition is the formation of the Nintendo account. In the past, every device we transitioned to had a whole new account system. Creating the Nintendo account will allow us to communicate with our players if and when we make a transition to a new platform to help ease that process or transition. I feel like that's something we saw a problem with for years and years and years. Can't transfer up to the next console.
Yep.
This makes me feel good about backwards compatibility, by the way. He says, our goal is to minimize the dip you typically see in the last year of one cycle and the beginning of another. I can't speak to the possibilities of a new platform, but Nintendo account is a strong basis for having that communication as we make the transition. So I think what he is saying here is like, don't be alarmed about buying a game today because even with the next console, it'll make that transition seamless. That to me is saying, yes, we will have backwards compatibility, not just for physical media, but you'll be able to transfer your digital purchases for the first time kind of ever. I mean, they have had instances where I think you could bring it from the Wii to the Wii U, but you had to pay like $5 or
Upgrade
$10
fees.
or something to do it. Yeah. Which is stupid and annoying because I already bought your stupid game. So yeah, that makes me feel good. I don't want to rebuy all my favorites.
And you had to like transfer stuff like on a memory card for like one to the other and format it. Like it was a mess. Yeah. I am really, I mean, we've talked about this for years. And it goes without saying it's something we all want. We know Nintendo has the ability to not do it, and we will all still probably buy the new one anyway. But man, I would love the ability to just buy a new Switch and turn it on and download games to it that I already have. That's an instant buy. Yeah. You know, there's no hesitation needed. I will pay whatever it is. If it's like, Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom, you just boot up and download and keep playing. Like, perfect.
I think I would be more likely to buy digital games if that's the case.
Is another reason why I've leaned heavily on the physical side, on the Nintendo side, for sure. Yeah.
Because we've been burned in the past.
Yeah, you got to start hacking things to keep things going. So,
any other thoughts on this, Delvin?
No, I'm happy. Like they need to do this. Like it needs to be in some sort of way backwards compatible. I feel like even if it's just digital, I think that's still good. You know, and I'd rather it be both, but this gives us a little bit of more relief. Even though I figured anyway it was going to be backwards compatible. This is kind of just saying, yeah, we're going to do that. Don't worry about buying these new games because they're going to work on the next console.
Yeah, at least to start.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe they want to phase it out with later models, but like when you launch a new system that you want people to buy and as fast as possible to get them in, I think the last thing you want to do is give them any reason not to. Just make it easy. Just make it easy for everybody that bought a Switch to buy the new Switch, right? And that includes backwards compatibility.
Yeah, maybe hopefully they'll be like, here's a day one patch for this Zelda game, and it'll up-res it up to the system, and that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're all like,
you don't have to rebuy it.
Yeah. Could you imagine? What a godsend that would be. And charge me extra for the console if it does that. Throw in $50 for you, Nintendo. Yeah. Buy yourself something nice.
If this was PlayStation, they'd be like, nah, you got to buy this game again. We don't care if you own a digital version.
I mean, I say that out loud, and I'm not even joking. If the Switch 2 is like, hey, we've got like this new launch game, it's Metroid, whatever, and all of your old games, like your Nintendo first-party games, they're in 4K. They run at 60. Like Breath of the Wild is better. 100. I wouldn't. They're like, and it's $4.99. Here's the money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think twice about it, and they could charge me a higher console price than they ever have before, and I'm like, yeah, it's worth it.
I tell this. I tell this story all the time where I bought Judgment for PS4, and I was halfway through the game. They're like, hey, we have a PS5 version coming up, but it won't carry over your save data, and you have to pay $50 for it. Like, F you, I'm not doing that.
That's so frustrating.
Like, why would I buy this if I have to start back over, and it doesn't even look better? It just says PS5 version. That's it. Nah.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I can only imagine. They're like, hey, Bayonetta 3, 4K 60. 600. Like, is there a tip jar? Is there a tip jar somewhere? Can I throw you some more money? I would much rather pay them up front for the hardware than to be nickel and dime per game.
I agree.
You know,
same.
Just let me me buy it, and it just play my games better because it's better hardware. So let me do that. So
agreed. We have a couple headlines before we jump into this week's questions. RoboCop, Rogue City, seemingly canceled on the Switch.
Yeah, they kind of removed that one. I wasn't following this game much. I know Delvin was.
Yeah,
and he's played it.
I played it. It wasn't going to run on Switch, people. I'm here to tell you, it wasn't going to work. It barely ran on the Steam Deck I played. So it's a fun game, but yeah, it wasn't going to run on Switch.
They announced it for Switch, and then recently, like, they removed. They're like, yeah, we have no plans for a Switch release. So,
too bad.
Womp womp.
The Splatoon 3 Splatfest voting is open for Splatoween, Team Zombie, Skeleton, or Ghost. The Splatfest is next week. You can claim in-game gear through the news channel.
Team Zombie.
First of all, you're the only person I've ever heard picking Zombie. Everybody's picking Ghost.
That is par for the course with these. Every time there's a Splatfest, I just pick what I would pick, and you always tell me how unpopular my choice is.
That is the most unpopular one.
Well, then y'all are just wrong. Come on, man. Zombies? Zombies are the best.
Delvin, what team are you?
I think I'm about to agree with Donnie. Team Zombie.
Thank you.
I like zombies.
Wow,
Walking Dead.
Zombie movies.
Just everything. Yeah. Zombies is cool.
Dawn of the Dead. So good.
What?
Okay. Yeah, it's overdone.
What ghost do y'all like? Like Casper? Like, what ghost are we talking about?
I don't know. I'm picking Team Skeleton. And Team Skeleton for me. So I love that they are giving us free Halloween-themed in-game gear. It's very good gear. But Splatoon always does this. They make it so you have to go into the news channel and find the news blurb about Splatoween, scroll down through the news article, click to launch the game through that. Like, it's very stupid and annoying and dumb, and it's stupid. And I can't think of any other game that does this. Why do they do it? It's a hassle. I hate it.
You're starting to sound like Call of Duty fans of Call of Duty. Yeah. Splatoon fans, like they just hate Splatoon the whole time while they play it. It's starting to sound very similar.
That's me.
Yeah.
I hate Splatoon,
Call
but
of Duty
I love
fans
it. It's my
hate Call of Duty,
game.
but they play it.
Splatoon is Nintendo's
all
Oh my
play.
god, that's literally me. Is this like a shooter
Yes, it
thing?
is.
Like,
Maybe,
what the heck?
Maybe, yeah.
I complain about that.
And I just want to point out, there's a lot of zombie love in the chat. I'm not alone. I have friends, many friends. Thank you guys so much.
And skeleton love, which is weird. What's up with you people? People are weird.
I like the skeleton the best. You have a skeleton inside your body, Delvin.
I don't talk about it, though.
As Kyle points out, Pokemon fans hate Pokemon, but they play it.
That is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get that devout service game. All they do is talk shit on it, but keep playing. But do anything but not play the game.
Yeah. You can walk away at any time.
Yep.
You choose not to.
Are you guys ready to feel old?
I've been feeling old all my life.
Every week. Every Sunday morning at 11 a.m.
The Game Boy Color turned 25 years old yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It hit Japanese store shelves on October 21st, 1998. And then it's the 25th anniversary next month for North America and Europe. Guys, this is like one of my, how like in the movie Inside Out, they have core memories where they're like the special memories that are like formative to your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
The day I went to get the Game Boy Color was a formative core memory for me. I remember it. I wanted to play because I was so invested in the new Pokemon TV show.
That's so wild.
And I heard that there was a video game for the Game Boy, and my mom took me. She never did anything with games. That was always me and my dad, but she took me to Kmart, and I picked out the green Game Boy Color and Pokemon Blue. I literally remember I was like 5 years old, them opening up the security glass. Like, how like they used to have the good displays for games back in the day. Like, you remember? And like you could play the games. It was like up on the TV screen.
Yeah, this is a memory I don't have. Delvin and Dev do.
Yes, you do.
But I never went to Toys R Us. I never saw those things.
You never went to Kmart?
Mm-mm. We've been over this, Rebecca. I didn't grow up in...
Donnie grew up in poverty. He was not buying a Game Boy Color in day one.
I never had a Game Boy. Yeah, like that was my rich friends had Game Boys, like on the bus. I would sit next to them and just watch them play theirs.
Employee and point and have them take the key and open the glass, and then you would get the game. And then you would get in the car and look at the back of the box the whole ride home, thinking about the game. Oh my God, that was such a formative memory for me, getting that Game Boy Color. That was 25 years ago.
Christ.
You want to feel old?
Yes, I do.
G-Man says, bro, I'm a year older than the Game Boy Color.
Jeez.
Try 10, you mother...
Exactly. When did this come out again? 98?
98.
I was 18 years old when this shit came out.
You were so old.
So old. God damn it. 18.
Well, I was 4, but I didn't get it until the next year. I think I got it when I was 5 or 6.
Man, Becca's getting shit at 4 that I was wanting at 12.
Yeah.
But I just want to shout out to Mom because that was a formative memory.
Raising your children right,
Yes.
doing it right.
Yeah. Green was my favorite color, so I got the green Game Boy Color.
Nice. I never had a Game Boy.
I don't think I got the Game Boy Color. I got the original Game Boy. I didn't get the color.
My aunt had a Game Boy. And I always used to play hers, to play Tetris and Donkey Kong and stuff with her. And then like kids at the lunch break, like in the lunch table, recess, bus rides, I would watch theirs. I remember I played Pokemon through 64 through the adapter.
Wait, hold on. I'm be right back. Hold on. I'm getting mine.
G-Man. Stop. That's all I gotta say. Whatever you're putting out there, just stop it. All right? I don't need to feel any more older than I am.
This is it.
There it is.
This is the one. This is the one. 24
Still
years
looks
ago.
in great shape.
Look, it
Still
has
works.
yellow, Pokemon Yellow in it.
It
does still work.
Yeah, of course it does. That is one thing about consumer electronics. Like they made shit to work. Like if your stuff broke, your company went under back then. Now you just buy another one.
Batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Kids these days have no idea.
Throw a Atari 2600 against the wall, and that shit'll still work.
Oh my God! It turns on.
Of course it does. Nobody's surprised. You could find a Game Boy in a landfill and slap batteries in that bad boy and it'd still turn on.
But the thing is, how did we?
I don't think I've ever seen a Game Boy not turn on. Actually, it's like
that is true.
That'd be the crazy thing if it was broke.
Yeah.
I would be in car. So this was So you know how they have iPad kids these days, where like their parents stick an iPad in front of them, like when they're grocery shopping or at a restaurant. I was a Game Boy kid. I had this on car rides, like when you had to pass this, like at night, you couldn't see it unless you were passing the street light. Like you could get little glimpses of it. When I was at the restaurant, when I was waiting
about
before
real turn-based. She's playing a real turn-based game. She could only perform a move every street light every 600 feet.
Yeah. You have no idea. You have no idea what it was like.
You didn't get the Game Boy light that didn't work?
They just don't. Yeah, I had it. You would plug it in here, and it would like come over here, and it would shine a little light on it. It was like high class.
The light that had.
They even had one that was a magnifying glass.
Yes, I was going to say that too. I had that too.
Put it in, and then it would magnify.
Here we are wanting Nintendo to give us backwards compatibility. They're like, you'll be lucky if you get a screen that works, you mother, you cheap broke.
You got to play this Game Boy in blistering sunlight.
They sell you a mag light that you got to attach to your TV.
And we liked it. So happy birthday, Game Boy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah. Donnie, hit us with some questions.
Yeah, we got a lot. This week I asked listeners for questions. I said, give me your favorite thing about Mario Wonder, and then a question for the show. So this will probably be a very wonder-filled question block. But we'll start with Kyle the Pug. KTB says, I haven't played it yet. I'm going to wait until this game has a sale. Well, that's first mistake.
That's not going to happen.
That's a problem.
Good luck.
Yeah, you should wait for another game to have a sale first.
Not this one.
And he says, what Mario character is most likely to eat what candy on Halloween? And before we answer, I just wanted to say, we didn't even talk about the characters. I have played as the other characters. Those like the first thing I did is started shuffling the characters to see how different they were. You get to play as Mario, Luigi. You have multiple Toads, Peach and Daisy, and Yoshi and Nabbit, and Toadette, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really cool. You can pick different ones. I played as a bunch of everybody. They're all kind of the same. So what Mario character is likely to eat what candy on Halloween? Go.
Okay, Yoshi is going to eat those little candies that are shaped as fruits. What are they called? Because he, in various Yoshi games, he eats little
like
fruits.
fruit snacks,
Yeah.
like Welch's fruit snacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with like Luigi's gonna eat like the sour straws, like those sour Twizzler straws things that they have. They're like green and like blue and stuff.
Yeah.
It just
I know
it's
those. Why Luigi?
I just feel like it's a very Luigi's Mansion-esque like candy. Like it just fits his universe.
Toad looks like
Okay,
Toad
I see
looks
that.
like he eats like something awful, like a
Truffles.
no, like Toad.
Of course.
That works. I was gonna say candy corn.
It's cannibalistic.
Who is giving out truffles on Halloween?
Hey, in the high class neighborhoods that Toad, goes to. By the way, did you see the Toad videos I sent you?
No, I didn't watch them.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
God damn.
There are Rebecca doesn't watch my TikToks I send her. There are Toad AI songs.
I watch the good ones that you
Damn.
send me.
How do you know which
Yeah,
one's
it's
good?
If they have Toad in the thumbnail, it's not good.
It is though, but that's the thing. One of them is good. One of them is bad, but one of them is
wait.
good.
Wait. Mario eats Milky Way because of Mario Galaxy.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Thank you.
John 32 says it was horrible. Oh, that's good. You got one, Delvin?
Trying to think. You know what? Nabbit probably eats like Peeps or some shit like that. Something just gross. Just gross ass Peeps. That's what he has in his bag.
Tootsie Rolls?
A bag of Peeps.
Candy corn?
Tootsie Rolls and candy corn. Awful bag.
Okay. Peach eats Hershey Kisses.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What about Daisy? Ghirardelli?
Yeah.
It's like a pinky up.
Which is very high class. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. TPR says, I love what were previously static objects in the franchise have now come to life. He goes, what's your favorite badge so far in Mario Wonder? And for Rebecca, what would it take to get you into the Mario franchise? How about a Taylor Swift Mario crossover?
I like it.
Going back to sprite graphics.
That would be excellent. Yoshi's Island. Could you imagine? Like, hey, it's new. Well, they did that, but like a better one.
Yeah, but not what.
Yeah, I said it. And I was like, wait a minute. No, we did that.
Yeah.
Not that, though.
That, but better. Do this.
That, but good.
But make it good.
Yoshi's Wonder Island.
Ah.
All in.
I'd like that.
Yeah, all in. 100%. I keep using the badge. Honestly, I've got like 10 badges, and I still kind of default to the cap. You've got a cap that can kind of like use as a glider.
That's the one I use.
Just enjoy. Yeah, I like playing with it more than the other ones. I do like the badges. Like the badge system is really neat. When we first started hearing about it, you remember that trailer where they went over like the drill thing and they went over Yoshi, and then I was like, this game is just like, it felt easy. I was like, this game's gonna be too easy. I don't think the badges are overpowered because you can't use more than one at a time.
Correct.
And almost every one of them feels like you have some sort of trade-off. Like, or they're just not applicable. Like you can't use the dive badge if you're not in a water level. So there are certain things like that where they just don't apply. But I do like them. I like collecting them. They give the purple coins that you get, they give them like value. Like I do like, that's another thing I like about the game is the in-game currency. I don't feel like I'm collecting stuff I don't care about. I am like using the purple coin. I am buying things at the thing and I'm using them. Like they do feel valuable. Like I want to get them.
I agree. The glider badge is the one I use all the time. So that's my jam.
Yeah, it just feels like a natural ability that they should just have.
Yeah. Feel like it should be in the game as something you just have naturally.
Yeah, same. Gamer Guy Lou says, I love Bowser Jr.'s new form. It might be my favorite design of him so far. Are you switching up characters as you play Wonder, or are you sticking with a main? Who's your favorite to play with?
I play with Mario because I'm boring. Basic bitch.
I am mostly playing as Mario, but I played a little bit as Luigi and a little bit as Yoshi. It sucks that Yoshi can't use the power-ups. Like, I get that he's invincible. I wish I could turn that off. I wish I could use the power-ups as
Yoshi's
Yoshi.
invincible?
Yoshi and Nabbit are invincible.
Yeah, they are.
So they're like the easy mode. But the
I
trade-off
wanted
that you
to play
get...
as Yoshi.
See, that's the thing. The trade-off is that you can't use the power-ups. And I'm like, can I make him not invincible so I can use the power-ups and play as Yoshi?
My daughter
I
said
play
the
this
same
whole
thing.
game
He's
as
my
Yoshi.
favorite character.
Like, make Nabbit the invincible.
Yeah, my daughter said the same thing.
Or let you be invincible with any character with a toggle.
That works.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah. I played a little bit as as Luigi, and I've played a little bit as Peach. But yeah, I think after a while, I just kind of come back to Mario. You want to play as Mario? It's a Mario game. I do like Bowser Jr.'s form. He's kind of like the purged Bowser Jr.
Yes.
It's like Joker Jr. He's got like the mask, and he's got the glowy LED. I don't know what they call it. Does he have an actual name? He's like Dark Jr. or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. But,
Where is
cool.
this child's parent? Where's his mother? Like,
Well, he's like, as he's out there taking over the world. Where are the Koopa kids?
yeah. We need Morton Cooper Jr. We need all of them back.
Yeah, well, that might be another part of the boss fights that I don't like so much. Yeah, it's a lot of just the same. Yeah. Smoke and Joe says, I loved how much I smiled while playing Wonder, my man.
Exactly.
How does Nintendo keep making games you didn't know you wanted?
Rebecca's raised her hand.
Go.
Because remember that interview where they pretty much had unlimited dev time with no deadlines or crunch or anything, and they just had to like lock themselves in a room and come up with like a billion ideas. Like that's how.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Giving the employees like the liberty and time and freedom and good things.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta show us what you want. Sometimes you gotta like, hey, this is what you want, even though we don't know it. Sometimes it's good to get the same thing over and over again. I think that's the interesting thing about this week, where Spider-Man 2 is more of the same, but it's great. Mario Wonder is a completely different new experience, and I think you can have a universe where you can have both of those, and they both can be awesome.
Yeah, and I think, we talked about New Super Mario Bros., the series, but I think all of Nintendo's series go through this. We saw a very similar thing with Zelda, where we kept getting very similar Zeldas for a while, very traditional, and then they broke the mold. And we've seen that in the past with like all of them, right? Kart and everything, maybe except for Smash.
Yeah.
Smash kind of is just Smash.
I'm thinking of eventually happen to Smash
but
too.
Better.
I'm thinking
probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I think after so long, they realize that there's a demand for something else, and they just get the treehouse on it until they come up with something.
I love it though.
But Mario Wonder feels like years of repressed ideas. Like, again, just a lot of that Mario Maker, like playing a lot of Mario Maker, I saw a lot of different ideas with different levels and like different characters and different approaches to level design. I've seen hard level design, speedrun designs, music designs, puzzle designs. We even, again, a lot of things we just skipped over. Mario Wonder has entire levels that are just puzzles.
Yeah.
Where you just have to find hidden things, and they're so fun. And like, there's no enemies, there's nothing to do, there's no flagpole. You're just literally jumping around a level trying to find hidden things. Again, I just feel like a lot of these things came out of Mario Maker, just thrown into a game. I like it. I love it a lot. Shiv writes in, he says, what's your biggest gripe with Mario Wonder so far? He says, for him, it's the music. It seems to be a step down from 3D World and Odyssey.
I don't know.
That Yoshi is invincible and that it won't be an equal experience playing.
That might be the one, because my daughter mentioned the same thing. She wants to play as Nabbit, but she doesn't want to play as Nabbit being invincible. So that might be the one. She's like, I'd rather play with Nabbit being just a character I can play as. She likes the character design of Nabbit.
Our stream broke.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
It's a black screen.
Oof. Hopefully it comes back. Hopefully it's recording.
Yes.
I guess that's the more important part. Hopefully it's recording.
I don't know if they can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Can't see
Kyle
us.
the Pug, F you. Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us. If you can hear.
Oh, we're offline.
Okay. All right. I'm still showing us live and recording.
I
so
see the same thing.
I'm assuming that at least our locals are good, and let's just keep going. Maybe we'll come back for them or not. Okay. My biggest gripe is the bosses, which I mentioned. I don't have an issue with the music so far. I've enjoyed it.
I have too.
It's, Mario music, yeah. The next one, no, it's not next one. He has an additional. He says also the way that the winner of the previous level becomes the leader for the next. Shiv says, my daughter always wants to get the Wonder Seed or hit the flagpole first, but she's not good enough at the game to actually be the leader of our progress, and it gets stalled on the next level. So yeah, there still seems like there's still that 2D Mario multiplayer kind of chaos that we've had since like the Wii. I haven't played multiplayer yet, so I can't really speak to that.
But I will be getting into multiplayer. I already know.
Yeah, and that's been there for like a decade. Maybe they could have done a little bit more, but that's been there, I think, since like the Wii version. I remember Mario Bros. U was the same. And if you got off screen, you would like get bubbled, and you'd have to get people to pop you and bring you back and all that. Canadian Crawler says, I absolutely love the Piranha Parade. I wanted it to be longer. What would you like to see in DLC for Wonder? I don't think I've even thought of that.
Me neither. I haven't even thought of it. More characters, I guess. More characters.
Is DLC gonna happen?
I wouldn't expect it. I wonder if people should.
Not every game needs DLC.
Yeah, because I mean, Bros had DLC, but like, I don't know. Like, for me with DLC, I always want expansions. Like, expand the world. You know, add an epilogue with an additional world, and I don't know, raise the challenge a bit. Maybe have like a Koopa Kids world, where like every level you had to end with like a Koopa Kid fight or something. I would do something like that. Just like expand the game. Don't change too much. Like just expand it. If you add anything that was on the cutting room floor when you release the game, throw that in some bonus content.
Yeah,
like special feature.
I like it. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
add some bonus
that's what
content.
I would do.
Add a motorcycle. Like Breath of the Wild did. Just give him a motorcycle for some reason.
Breath of the Wild.
Just add a motorcycle. Here's a motorcycle. Peace out, bitches.
Just add Link.
Yeah, that works too.
Like, and Link is now little Mario Bros. Wonder Link. Oh man, if they did like a Zelda world,
that would be cool.
Where it's like if you have an amiibo and you can play as Link. Oh my god, that'd be so good.
That'd be awesome.
It would be good. Yeah. Or maybe like an 8-bit world.
Ooh, I like that.
They just like here's a retro Mario Wonder retro.
Ooh.
Like a little side off. That'd be dope.
That'd be really dope.
Actually, that sounds amazing. Let's see here. G-Man says, I'll relate this to Halloween for this game. Is Super Mario Wonder technically a Halloween game?
No.
Is this for having a Halloween level or no?
I would say no.
No.
Yeah, we talk about this on PSVG. I don't play like horror games for Halloween. Typically, I play whatever the popular game is around Halloween. So for this year, yeah, like Mario Wonder is a Halloween game for me. Like I'm not going to stop playing Mario Wonder to play Resident Evil because it's Halloween. I'm just going to play Mario Wonder on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a Halloween game.
Yeah, but we were talking about that. So what does make a Halloween game? Does it have to have Halloween themes?
A substantial portion of autumny or Halloween-y themes and aesthetics.
So my question to Delvin,
more
we were
than
talking
just
about that.
one or two levels.
So are horror games Halloween games then? Because horror
That's
games
the same
aren't
thing I was going to say.
Halloween-y, yeah.
It doesn't have to. No, that counts as Halloween-y
But
because
why?
it has. Because a major theme of Halloween is horror.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to figure it out because that's the question I was going to ask. Is Alan Wake considered a Halloween game then?
I think Alan Wake is closer to Halloween than Mario Wonder.
For
just
sure,
because
yeah. No, we
get
get
that aspect,
Halloween
yeah.
level.
We were just kind of talking it out, and we were kind of diving into the minutia. Because, like, in my head, we were talking about Halloween games. I was thinking like Pumpkin Jack.
Yeah.
Like this is squarely a Halloween game about Halloween.
Pumpkin Jack.
Yeah.
Or a game that's like set on Halloween.
Costume Quest.
Like Arkham Knight is on Halloween. Like, the whole game.
Like I think you could say like the haunted house level in a Mario game is a Halloween level, but I wouldn't say the whole game is.
Yeah.
I would say
Luigi's
that like
Mansion.
the autumn month
Yeah.
of Animal Crossing is Halloween, but the entirety of Animal Crossing isn't Halloween.
Yeah, it's just one of those, or at least for me, from personally, I don't play like Halloween games. Like I don't play games seasonally. I just play games that I'm interested in playing just during those. Like I don't play Christmas games or Thanksgiving games or Easter games either. So
yeah.
That's a good point.
Tono says, I really like this game. I really like that this game feels like I'm finally playing a sequel to Super Mario World. Having a lot of fun so far, giving me new nostalgic feels. What's your favorite Easter eggs in the game so far?
The piranha plant thing was cool. I love that so far. That's what I love. When I saw it, I flipped out and I screamed like, "Oh, this is amazing!" And I was like a giddy schoolboy looking at this stuff happening. It kind of felt like Little Shop of Horrors feel to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So when I saw it, I like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm. My favorite Easter egg is there are bonus levels, bonus rooms you can find that have like music.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
And you'll play, and there's like Super Mario World, and there's sunshine music and stuff that you can find.
Oh.
So those are
also
cool.
Shout out to the fact that depending on what Mario character you are, what power up you have at the end of the level, they do different things. Like if you're Elephant Mario, you have water in your mouth, you can spit it on the plant after the level ends and stuff like that.
Did they show the water thing in the teasers?
I don't think they did. I don't remember it at least.
Because I was like, maybe I wasn't paying enough attention, but like we saw Elephant Mario and it is a great power trip. Like right from the get-go, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like he's super strong. And then I got the water and I started praying, and then they got the puzzles and the flowers. Like, oh, I didn't realize this went like this far. When I was like, this is really cool.
It's really cool.
There's a lot more to Elephant Mario than just dominating everything. Like it's good to the point where, and there's a lot of that just in the game in general. If you find an enemy, you have to be very careful to just not kill the enemy, especially like turtle shells. Or if you're Elephant Mario, like a lot of times you'll need those to open up other accesses of the map. Like, and those are tricks that they would deploy every so often in like previous Mario games, but this feels like they're here a lot. I've restarted multiple levels because I either needed the elephant power up, or I needed that turtle shell, or I needed that enemy to access somewhere else. I'm like, damn it, and start over and do it again.
Any enemy that can break stuff, do not kill. Just let it break its stuff, then you'll see where it goes. That's the best way to kind of do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Let's see here. Don Robb says, one thing I love about Super Mario Wonder is that some worlds have secret exits. I also like that not every world has the same template of levels. Before I read his pizza question, I do love, who doesn't love secret exits? Like this in Super Mario World, that's the best.
Yes.
I loved it in Super Bros U. I have found one secret exit so far. Have you found more?
I think I only found
I know
one.
There's more, but I found one. One I found.
I think I found one. I don't remember where, but I found one. I'm quite sure there's more, though.
And then he said, I had barbecue pulled pork pizza last night. What are some pizza topping combinations that you think, or that you like Hawaiian, veggie, meat lovers, etc.? Rebecca,
Hawaiian. I like Hawaiian, and I like chicken bacon ranch.
What's on your Hawaiian? Because I like a Hawaiian too, but not everybody's Hawaiian's the same.
I prefer pineapple and ham, but oftentimes ham is not available, so I get pineapple and bacon.
Yeah. I like pineapple, ham, or Canadian bacon with bacon and jalapenos.
That sounds good.
Oh, I'll put jalapenos on it too. That's good.
Yeah, that's a really good Hawaiian if nobody's ever gone that far with it.
I'm pretty open to almost any pizza topping except anchovies. That's the one I'm like, oh, I want that. But everything else, I
can't be doing anchovies.
Even pineapples. I'm not a fan of it too much, but I'll eat a pineapple pizza.
Oh my God, I love pineapple.
Same.
Top tier fruit.
Same.
S tier.
I like chicken. I like buffalo chicken pizza.
That's pretty good.
That's good too.
But honestly, I'm kind of boring when it comes to pizza. I'm a classic
Me too.
Green pepper, mushroom, pepperoni guy.
Me too.
Like that's the go-to pizza for me. But I usually order a Hawaiian. My wife and daughter prefer the Hawaiian, but they don't like it with jalapenos, which always bums me out.
They can pick them off.
Yeah. Yarden writes in, one thing I love is that a certain treasure tracker makes an appearance. Question, been in Vegas this past week for work and got a tour of the F1 course. How freaking cool is this race going to be? It's going to be a spectacle visually. Yarden, the question remains: how competitive will it be? Will it be a good track? I don't think we'll know until they start racing. Some courses, especially street courses, they get really narrow. It's hard for the cars to pass each other, so the race is boring. It's like a parade, like Monaco. They just kind of follow each other around. We don't want that. We want them to be racing. So
I think Verstappen and Perez will finish 1-2 in the race. Hamilton or Alonso might make things difficult for them, but the Red Bull team is just too strong this season.
That's 100% accurate.
I agree with whatever y'all say.
Except for maybe the Sergio part. He hasn't been very great lately, but I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Hobik says, I love having no timer. I was always having to rush my daughter to the end of the levels in 3D World. Do you play 2D Mario with an analog stick or D-pad?
I do analog.
D-pad.
D-pad.
Yeah, I can't do the analog. The
You
stick
need to
feels
be
wrong.
locked up. You need to be locked up, tortured,
Damn.
waterboarded.
Damn.
No, you can't. That is so messed up,
Look.
Delvin. I thought you were better
Well, you
than
thought
that.
wrong. I am who you thought I was. I am playing with the analog.
That is so wrong.
Yeah, no.
How do you have any control over the character?
I do well enough.
Like, I didn't believe that.
It's just fine. Yeah, it works.
No, I'm definitely the same way. I D-pad all the way, 100%. Can't even play with the stick. Feel it sticks like. I remember, like I think when I started, I moved the character stick, and I was like, oh, just like immediately dropped my thumb down.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I am very old. When I started playing Mario, I started playing with the joystick because it was in the arcades. So I'm just used to it. It's just a thing. Like,
I could see you just like fight pad,
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat fight pad, playing Mario Wonder.
like even when I was a kid, my first Mario game I got the NES. I had the big old joystick to play with. So I've been playing with it with a joystick for the longest time.
Oh my god,
So it's not new to me.
that's so disheartening.
I kind of agree with Team Rebecca here.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just feels.
Realities.
You just move Mario with the joystick and just like, oh, what is this? Trash.
Yes. Realities often disappoint my child.
And that's the end of the questions.
Yeah.
That's it for this week. Next week is episode 300. Get excited, get hyped. Stay tuned to see if I end up buying Mario Wonder. If I don't buy it, I'm trying to get it on this QVC sale, which I was just able to add it to the cart for the first time. So let's try it. And then I will, if I don't buy it, then I will end up playing it when Josh comes over next month.
Next month.
That sounds not right.
No,
That's not enough.
That's disappointing. That is.
Is it going to be too?
That's worse
am I gonna
than
miss-
playing it with an analog stick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah. I am disappointed in you. What's going on here?
Hold on. I might get it on that crazy sale.
She's hating on you for how you play with a stick. She's not even playing the
gonna
end
play
game.
it.
She's like, maybe Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll give it a try.
Maybe.
Christmas?
What?
Maybe Christmas?
Oh, $60 for it. Hold on. It cannot be delivered to your provided address. What are you talking about? It's literally a normal fucking
They
address.
said, age
What?
verification. No, you're too young to shop at QVC.
What are you talking
Where
about?
is
What's
your
wrong with
AARP
my
card?
address?
Like,
Please check your entered address data. That's literally my address.
This is me every time I try to shop online at GameStop.
yeah, that sounds about right.
I hate GameStop's online experience.
It is terrible.
Yeah. Every time they're like, your address doesn't match. This credit card doesn't work. We can't do it. Can't verify. I'm like, what? Just let me buy something. God.
The promo
No wonder
code
you're
has
going out of business, you
expired.
piece of shit.
You
Forget
put up
this.
that super mega
Forget
baseball
it.
deal, and I tried to get it from Game Hall, and I said, "Oh fuck this!"
Oh, yeah, I dedefinitely did. I got it. I thought it was a sweet
It
deal.
kept crashing and asking all this stuff. Like, nah, I'm not doing this. This is too frustrating. Keep the game.
I went to my GameStop. I just went there. And it's like, do you have one? They're like, we have 2 copies. And I was like, sweet. It's $6? He's like, yeah.
I should have did that.
Spoiler, it's not that great on the Switch.
Well, there's a reason it's $6.
There's a reason it's $6. Yeah, I was playing and I was like, all right. I'm glad I got it, but maybe later. I didn't play it docked, though. I need to play it docked. On a handheld, it's not super great.
Why do people break it up into billings of $13 over 5 weeks? Why would I do that?
Because it's QVC.
It's cheaper.
But do people do that?
It's girl math.
All the
not
time.
Cheaper. It's not. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
The show peaked.
Rebecca said that's enough show. That's enough podcast for the day.
We're done. Time to wrap it up. I gotta go do something else now.
Bye.
Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Have a good week, Koopalinks.
This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?